Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Little Norton. Today we've got a few bits and pieces to do. It is midsummer. We are right in the middle of summer, in fact, day 5. And we are headed back down to, in fact, to field 50. So last time we were fertilizing field 49. This time we're going to get field 50 set up. We've got our little fendt 309 CI here, and this we're going to get doing this field. We'll start it off here, so like this and here, and we're just going to leave this running with course play, partly because we were doing a whole load of spraying last time, because we've got a load of things to do today. Let's get this headland going, 2 round clockwise. Headland passes first, turn in the corners, generate me a field course, and we can set this off here. I'm going to get it to return to first point, because that way it will bring us back to here and easily get us back off the field at the end, and get it on the nearest waypoint, which is there, and drive course. Hopefully that should just run around this field now and do this perfectly. So as I was saying, we've got a few things to do today. Our grass fields, they need sorting. They need a little bit of work. Is that actually doing some spraying? Yes, it is. So we can leave that be and head back over this way. And I want to go and get this tractor here, because we're going to head up to the shop. We want to go and pick up a new piece of equipment, and we're going to do some work with our grass fields. We're going to get, we have an awful lot of slurry kicking about at the moment, so I want to go and get something to spread some slurry around, get ourselves moving with that, and yeah, get all of our fields doing well. So yeah, let's head up to the shop and get that sorted. And here we are arriving up at our shop. And by get it sorted, I of course mean purchasing probably my favourite slurry spreader in the entire game. This is under here, 4D Modding's absolutely fantastic Abbey. Now we need, I think we're going to need about 20,000 for this once we've done the slight changes I want to do. We're minus 1,800. So let's get a little bit of, so we've got 5,000 at the moment. We're going to take our loan up to 25,000, and hopefully, wow, no, we're going to have to go a little bit higher than that, because that only gives us barely enough to do it. So 30,000, and go and purchase this again in here. Yeah, and get the Abbey tanker. And what I want to do is, this looks absolutely fantastic when it's galvanized. And I think we'll put the red fendt wheels on it. And then wheel brand will go for the Michelin's. Design standard. I'm not going to make any changes. We want to put a UK reg on there as well. And that looks brilliant. I'm happy with that. That works. So let's buy that. Yes. Perfect. Now, we don't have the manure mod on here, so we can't connect up any hoses, unfortunately. But what we can do is just take it down to our cow yard and fill it. And we have it on purpose. I haven't been doing any straw with our cows so far on this map. That's because I want to build up a good amount of slurry to continue to do our grass fields with as long as possible before we hit the harvest and get a whole load of straw, and then can start doing manure from that. So it's really a case of we're building up our store of slurry to get us going for a while. And then once we've got the milk production going and we want to try and keep that as high as possible, then we'll start putting straw in and manure and keeping the cows as healthy as possible. Now the refill point for the slurry on this map is just over here. So we're going to pop out and back this up. It's really does look on the back of this tractor. This really looks cool. I love this Abbey spreader. It is an absolutely fantastic. I've not got the Mustang dribble bar on it here, but we can. I think we've got that enabled. I'm just trying to keep price down a little bit. 216,057 litres of slurry already. That's going to be more than enough to keep us going for a good long while. So we'll get this refilled like so and bring it out. And then, yeah, just bring this around here. And we're going to do all the grass fields first, because grass fields are growing quite a bit. We do have the new version of the crop destruction on here, and this is why it gets important to do the grass at this point. Because although this grass has grown up a bit, basically when we drive over this, it takes it down to this level of crop destruction. So we'll turn our beacons off, and then what we can do is just turn this on, and you can see it's not destroying any of the grass. Now, is it doing any good so far as fertilizing it is my question. It does seem to be. Yeah, it looks like we've got some fertilization on the grass, so that is good news. And doing this just means that we're going to get a better crop of grass when we come to cut it. I think this field eventually is probably going to be an extension of our farm. I quite like the idea of putting a drive-through shed or even just some storage for the bales, for the clover bales in here. Just storing them along the side, keeping them out of the barn and keeping them out of the way. I think this would be a perfect place to do that. So yeah, maybe just along this wall inside here, there's a bit of space here to do that. And I think that would just work well for us in general. So I'm just going to finish off getting this covered. Now there is one issue I have discovered with this, is that it doesn't react well to the GPS. So setting a GPS with this piece of kit is always a pain. You always have to set it manually, otherwise it gives itself an infinite width. Not too bad on this field where I can just, I have a rough idea of where I am and I'm moving myself. But once we get onto the bigger fields, I think I'm going to have to use the GPS, and then it's going to be that little bit more tricky to do things. Bring it around. Got myself a good idea of roughly where I want to be. Yep. Using the textures of the field to my advantage, and it's running pretty well, I think, and it is looking great. As I said, I am absolutely loving this piece of kit. Definitely my favourite slurry spreader that has been released by anybody. And 4D does some amazing work. So there we go. We've run out. Thankfully, we have got plenty of this. So we'll go refill it and get ourselves back to the field. Refilled and back to the field. I'm actually slightly worried at if this takes 2 tanks to do this. Where is that going to leave us when we come to do the bigger fields, especially the one up by the sheep field in a bit. Yeah, this is where we want to be. I can see where I turned off the field. So let's start that up again. Let's start that going. Yeah, definitely a worry that it's going to be a long old job doing the one up at the sheep field. I'm wondering whether it's wiser for me to go and get another bit of kit that will allow us to refill off that. We don't have a lorry on here, so I don't think I can use that. I don't think we have a lorry on here. I think we decided not to go with that in the end. I don't want to keep borrowing too much money. We do need to repay any loan that we get here from the first year's harvest. So the more we borrow, the worse it's going to be for that. Let's have a look at how well we've covered field 39. Yep, I'm happy with that. That's doing well. So, yeah, field 38 is up next. I'm going to refill the slurry tank first. Because, yeah, we need to do that. Full tank again, and we're heading over to field 38. Going this way. and do the headlands first. There we go. This gate opens into the field, so we'll need to close this before we start spreading to make sure that we are good. But yeah, it's not having any effect on the grass itself, which is good. This is exactly where we want to be doing this spreading. We'll improve our yield on the field, and we'll work well. I'm gonna go round and get this field done then. We'll see how many tanks of slurry it requires to do it, and that's gonna then allow us to estimate roughly how many we're gonna need to do the field at the top, and whether it's worth us getting something to help keep that slurry flowing. So having just about completed a headland on here, doesn't seem that it's taken, which is really weird. So field 38 and 39. So 38 may not actually be grass that we can fertilize, although it is showing other stuff. So if I put grass on here, 38, 39, both showing as fields, both showing as grass, both showing at the same stage of growth. 39 we were able to actually do some fertilizing on. 38 has not changed. Even if I turn everything else off, I can't fertilize field 38, which is really, really odd. And we used a tank and most of 2 tanks on this. But I don't know why that's happened. Really, really weird that. Unless it's considering... Well, no, it can't consider itself a first stage fertilization. So that's a little bit weird. What I'm going to do is refill this slurry tanker. And before we go and do anything else, I'm going to go up and check out our other field. Field 22 up here. See if we're able to spread anything on that as well. If we can, what I'll probably do is see if we can get something to refill this remotely. If we can't, what we'll have to do is just leave it for today, I think. I don't think we'll be able to do anything else. The other thing we've got to do is that our sprayer is actually finished, and I've moved it off the field so that the hired worker with course plate isn't costing us any extra money. So let's refill this, and we're down to 180,000 litres. We should be able to do the clover. At the very least, we can go do the clover. Trouble is, you might be able to see in the distance, we've still got all the bales on there. So my plan next time is, having had a couple of days for them to ferment, to get them back here, get them in our shed, ready for later, and to go from there with those. But yeah, we at the moment our clover bales are in the way of us getting that field done. But let's get up to field 22. Let's get this field tested. See if we can actually get slurry on that, or see if we have the same problem as field 38. And then yeah, we need to do some sheep work after that. So yeah, it's probably getting the little tractor back and looking after our sheep, I think. Here we are up at field 22, and on the way up here I've had a thought. I might know what is causing this, and it's quite possible it's to do with the ground state. So when I did the conversion from the non-Maize Plus crop version of this map to the Maize Plus crop version, I had an issue with the ground states. It basically reset every single field to ploughed and not fertilised and all that. So I reset the field states on most fields. The two I didn't was field 22 and field, what was it? Field 38. So field 39 had its ground state reset. Field 38 didn't. So if this doesn't do, I think what I'm going to do before next time is test this and see if I can reset the ground state. But let's try this. So we'll do a little strip here and stop that, and then we'll go and have a look at the setting for it. And yeah, that has made no difference to this. So I think I'm going to have a play around with the field states a bit, see if I can sort the issue with field 22 and field 38. I think that is an issue with ground state, and resetting that might actually sort it. So let's open this back, the tractor off before gets moved by the gateway. But we'll leave this tractor and the slurry spreader up here. If I can get this to work, the next time we can pick this up and get this going again. Close this gate, and I'm going to head back over this way and pick up this, our little sprayer. This is done. Field 50 is all fertilized, so we just need one more run over the corn once that has grown enough. I think we're probably 2 days away from getting, well, from starting our harvest, which is excellent news. So I expect that by the end of this week's videos, we will have started the harvest, certainly on field 48, if not 48 and 47. We'll drop this off. And that means at the moment we're doing really well on here. We are progressing nicely. Our cows are doing well. Our sheep are doing well, or at least they will be once we give them a bit of a top up. And everything else is going well. While we're passing here, let's turn this on. There we go. Fill up our cows' water. Cows don't actually need any of our attention. As somebody suggested a while ago, I'm trying to get it to the point where we're alternating our animals and not working both the cows and the sheep every 2 days, but instead deal with one or the other. Now this I want to park here. This is the first map I think I've played. Ooh, let's get the right bit. Where I found part of it that you really, really need a skid steer for. And in fact, when you first load this map up, if you start a new farmer, you do get given a skid steer in order to properly use everything on this farm. And it's that first shed where we're storing our seeds. And eventually we'll be storing all our sprays and everything else. That kind of requires a skid steer to get things in and out of it. There we go. That's down. Disconnect. Everything there. Head back over here and get the correct wheels on this. But yeah, you kind of, to get stuff in and out of there, you kind of require a skid steer. Even a tractor of this size is too dull to go in there. The other thing you can use is a pallet trolley, and I'm thinking of grabbing that pallet trolley mod that was that's on the mod hub at the moment and bringing that onto this map. We don't want narrow tires, we just want the standards. That will do us nicely, like so. There we go. We've lost the front weight, but we don't, and our front 3-point. We don't need either of those at the moment. I don't believe we've got our front loader down here or anything else that we need to take. So yeah, we're just going to head back up to the sheep farm in this and get our sheep sorted. Up at the sheep farm, and like our cows, the first thing we want to go and do is give them some water. Their trough is, wow, their trough is looking pretty empty, in fact. So yes, they need their water filled up. That won't take very long. And then looking at our cows are pretty good. They've got plenty of grass at the moment. We're going to do a whole load of this, hopefully with some fermented clover silage next time. Sheep, they are good for most things. If we want to keep them fully healthy, what we need to do is give them some hay, and I don't think we might have some grass silage. I'm not sure if we do at the moment. And give them some sugar beet and carrots. Do we have any lambs? No, so we haven't got any lambs yet. I don't think we'll get any lambs until after the first year. So yeah, that is all good. Where is our front loader? It's over there. So we'll top them up with everything. starting with the carrots. Now, of course, because we've now got the maize plus crops in here properly, we are able to put the carrots in the bucket and then tip the pile out as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep them in the pallet bucket. It's the easiest way, really, for me to do it. Yeah, I've only got 125 litres of carrots left. We'll be feeding them sugar beet come year 2, but what I want to do is we're going to hire the sugar beet harvester the first year. Second year, I want to plant carrots. I want to do carrots on here as a crop and see how they go, and try something a little bit different. The trouble we've got with grass at the moment is cleaning our sheep out actually does nothing. There we go. That is the end of the carrots, and it was not quite enough to fully feed them. And you can see the effect of the new crop destruction here is having on the grass. It's taking it back just a stage, so take it back to the previous harvest stage. Not too bad, but could cause issues if we just sort of run all the way around the pig area. Sorry, the sheep area. We want to kind of avoid that as a result. Bring this back into here and drop this off. We'll go and put a hay bale in, I think. Yeah. Drop this down here. This little tractor has no weight to it at all, so we really want to put our rear weight on. I do like this as a little tractor to do all this with, but it is one of those things where when we're doing a lot of spraying, this tractor is going to get a lot of use and going to do a lot of back and forth. It might be wise to bring the other tractor up here when we're doing spraying and got this hooked up to that. There we go. Either that or find another little tractor to bring up here. But we've got quite a few tractors on this farm already, so I don't want to do that too much. Now, yeah, hay, alfalfa and clover hay. So we want to get this bale of hay round to the other side. I don't think they will take too much of this, and we'll probably end up bringing it back. But I want to go and make sure that they're topped up as much as possible. Keep them as healthy as possible. This is the thing about Maize Plus. It's not just a case of making sure that they have grass. It's you need to make sure that they have everything they need in order to keep them healthy and to get the best production out of them. There we go. So that has topped off some of the hay. Yep, another 1,000 litres. Could leave that there. What is our forecast for? Actually, we've got a pretty good forecast for a couple of days. So what I'm going to do is make sure that our sheep are doing well. We'll leave this in here, and that can then just be continually fed to them for a couple of days. But it kind of, yeah, that kind of sums things up. We are... we are in a really good position. We are next to harvest, as I said, harvest in a couple of days. We want to get our clover silage bales picked up next time. We're going to take about 2/3 of those back to the main farm and 1/3 of them down to here. And then that should complete everything. Yep. So park this up here. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think we've got anything else to do on the farm. Our fields are in pretty good shape. We have, yeah, everything is fertilized except for field 49. We'll clear the bales off this next time, get some slurry on here. Hopefully we'll get the slurry issues with 38 and 22 fixed before next time as well. But yeah, we're heading towards the late summer, pretty well set up to get a good harvest in, which means that for now all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.